In chess, a lot of different players tend to have no clue what to do in the opening, and I am here to solve that. This video will include the 7 different parts of the opening that I find the most important. Overall, by following all 7 tips you should be able to win in the opening. A question all my chess students ask is, where should I develop my pieces early on? I always respond with this. The pieces you want to develop in the opening are the knights and the bishops. If they are at good squares, chess becomes easy. So, where do I put them? They ask. Well, you generally want to place the knights forward and close to the center, where they can be as powerful as possible. And for the bishops, the best moves I find is either pinning a piece to the king or queen or developing it forward where it can support the center. If you develop the bishop to a square where it can easily be kicked away by a pawn, it is not a good move. In the opening, keeping your king safe is the best thing you can do to prevent checkmate and will lead to winning more games. The easiest way to keep it safe is castling short or long. A big no-no when it comes to king safety is pushing pawns in front of the king, especially when there are no pieces defending your king. A safe king would always have more pieces defending it than the opposition has attacking. Another way to keep your king safe is to control the center, which limits your opponent's moves and brings me on to my next topic. Controlling the center is the easiest way to restrict your opponent and get a better position straight up. The easiest way to control the center is to put a pawn in the center, whether it be an E or D pawn, and if the opposition lets you, put both. Developing your pieces is vital to controlling the center because they are stronger and can protect more squares and launch more attacks. Learning opening traps is the easiest way to catch your opponent off guard with a sneaky checkmate or to win a piece. If you are below 800 elo, however, most of these traps won't work, so it is important to learn actual openings. If you do, you will know what to play and feel more confident. This leads to quicker moves, which prevents you from running into time issues. Knowing openings also allows you to understand what the position requires and how to make the best move available with the given resources. Building a repertoire of openings is incredibly important as it keeps your opponent on your toes, and so you don't get bored with playing the same opening over and over again. Pawn structure is an incredibly important part of the game, and if you neglect it, it can cause problems for the rest of the game. Having a good pawn structure looks like this. There are no doubled pawns anywhere and the whole position is very coordinated and balanced. A bad pawn structure looks like this. Doubled pawns are everywhere and most of them are isolated. This is a very weak position because it creates targets where white can attack and win the pawns to get the easy win. It is incredibly important to have the ability to adapt as a chess player, as it can really put a spike through your opponent's plan. The best way to learn how to is to play people with varying playstyles and do these few things. Observe and analyze your move and pay close attention to try and understand their intentions. Keep an eye out for weaknesses in your opponent's position and always be on the lookout for tactics. The best way to improve tactics is to do chess.com puzzles. Learn your openings so you can always be prepared for your opponent and force them to be uncomfortable while you get the win. Planning your moves at the beginning of a chess game is like preparing for an epic adventure. It takes skill, intelligence, and understanding. Understanding the opening you're playing is the most important thing to be able to plan your moves in the next stages of the game. Knowing the general ideas of your opening is vital to your tactical planning and knowing how to play it. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.